Have you ever noticed how a single thought can change your entire day? Not a big event, just a thought. Picture this: a woman at her kitchen table, coffee cold, phone flipped over. Nothing dramatic happened. No fight, no terrible news. Just a single thought that slipped into her mind. I'm tired of fighting. She didn't say it out loud at first, but she replayed it, over and over, like a song stuck on repeat. That little thought, like a tiny seed, just fell into the soil of her mind. Later that day, a friend called and asked her, "Hey, how are you really doing?" She hesitated for a second, and then she said it. The words came out, "I'm tired of fighting." The moment she spoke it, something shifted. Not in the world around her, but inside her. That thought, once a private whisper, was now planted a second time, out in the open. It had been watered by her words. In the weeks that followed, she started to see the fruit of that seed. She stopped trying so hard in her relationships and at work. She started avoiding difficult conversations. She began to accept circumstances she would have challenged before. The fight had gone out of her. One evening, while reading her Bible, she came across a verse in Proverbs that stopped her in her tracks. It said, "For as he thinks in his heart, so is he," and it hit her like a ton of bricks. Her life hadn't changed first. Her thinking had. Her circumstances were a reflection of the thoughts she had been cultivating. She had a profound realization, one that's both simple and a little uncomfortable: our thoughts are seeds. And when we speak them out loud, we are watering those seeds. Whatever we plant and water in the garden of our mind will eventually grow and produce fruit in our lives. So, she made a decision, right then and there. She decided to become a better gardener of her own mind. She started to intentionally interrupt the wrong seeds. Whenever that old thought popped up, "I am tired of fighting," she would answer it out loud. She'd say, "But I am not alone in this fight," or, "God strengthens me," or, "This season of struggle will not define me." She was planting new seeds. Words of hope, words of strength, words of truth. It wasn't an overnight miracle. Change rarely is. But slowly, she noticed a shift. First, her posture changed. She started to stand a little taller. Then her choices changed. She started engaging again, making an effort, facing challenges instead of avoiding them. And eventually, her situation began to improve. Why? Because the field of our life always responds to what we sow into it. So what does this mean for you and me? It means we need to get practical about our thought life. Here's a simple 3-step strategy you can start today. First, observe your recurring thoughts. Don't just let them run wild in your head. Pay attention to the patterns. What are the thoughts you keep coming back to, especially when you're tired or stressed? Just acknowledging them is the first step to taking control. Second, refuse to verbalize what you don't want to grow. Your words have power. If you're constantly thinking, "I'm never going to get through this," make a conscious choice not to say it out loud. Don't give that seed the water it needs to sprout. You're not denying your feelings. You're just refusing to empower a negative outcome with your words. And third, actively replace those negative thoughts with spoken truth. This is the most powerful step. When a destructive thought comes, counter it with a declaration of what is true. Find promises in Scripture that speak directly to your situation. If you feel weak, declare, "I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me." If you feel afraid, say, "God has not given me a spirit of fear, but of power, love, and a sound mind." Speak these truths intentionally, even when your emotions are screaming the opposite. Your feelings will eventually catch up with your faith-filled words. Remember, you are the gardener of your mind. What you plant, you will harvest. Let's start sowing seeds of hope, strength, and victory today. Thank you for watching. If this resonated with you, hit that like button and subscribe for more content to help you live a more intentional life. See you next time.